like to be queen for a day.
I love that clip. So would you rather be queen for a day or queen for every single day? That's the question I want to explore today. That video clip was Jack Bailey opening the show called Queen for a Day. I watched that show as a kid growing up in the 60s, dating myself. And as a kid, I really longed to have my mom become a queen for a day. Because, you know, what little girl doesn't love their mom and want their mom to be a queen? This is before I became the queen of magic. But you know what? The sad thing is that we didn't have, and I've seen this on many shows where things are given to people who have trauma and drama and so many horrible things happening to them, but we didn't have that kind of trauma and drama. Maybe that's part of my story, as I've been trying to create that trauma and drama to get who knows what, queen for a day. But I digress. The drama generally on that show was these women had financial and emotional hardships. They really had very sad stories. And of course, you know, it was the beginning of television, but they'd already figured out, let's make this as traumatic as possible. They'd been through a lot. And the premise of the show was that Jack would ask these ladies what they needed most and why they wanted to win this title of Queen for a Day. It was really quite an interesting concept. Often their requests were for medical care or therapeutic equipment to help their chronically ill child or children. It might be even for a hearing aid. You know, it's funny because back then, these were really simple requests. They maybe wanted a new washing machine or a refrigerator. Sometimes they'd want a housekeeper to clean their house or someone to cook some meals for them. And as I look back, I see Jack is kind of the Oprah of the 60s, helping these ladies. They were downtrodden women who would usually break down sobbing. Of course, the cameras encouraged that, but they broke down sobbing. The Real Housewives of Suburbia, basically, was the beginning of that. And they described their plights in such detail that I'm sure the viewership was sobbing in their living rooms just as I was. And honestly, if you viewed this show from today's lens, would never make it on the air. These contestants were being selected by the audience with an applause meter. Can you imagine? They're cheering for the one they wanted to become queen for a day because there was more than one contestant during the show. And they had this applause meter that would go back and forth of how loud the audience was applauding. And it really makes our social media addiction of today for likes pale in comparison, because it was just an interesting dynamic that they wanted to be queen for a day. Just one day they wanted to be the queen. And I didn't see it as demeaning then as a child. What I saw it was obviously as entertainment. But today, it wouldn't make it on the air. It would be banned by advertisers for exploiting women because of their hardships, because they were doing it for profit. That each episode, it's the old soap opera thing. They had sponsors, so for soap or, I don't know. I forget what sponsors were back then, but they were household goods. And in each episode, the winning contestant would be draped in the sable-trimmed red velvet robe, given a glittery jeweled crown to wear, and placed on a velvet upholstered throne. Like, I need a throne. And then they were handed, like they won Miss America, a dozen long stem roses to hold, while they read her list of prizes that she was going to get because she got to be queen for a day. Meanwhile, you know, the other contestants are sitting here. They didn't get all the prizes, but they would announce all of her prizes, and they would accompany this, get this, by the music of pomp and circumstance. So, da 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 da. And so it was really quite, I mean, it was something that as a kid I remember very vividly and wishing that my mom could be queen for a day. Maybe I wished I was queen for the day, and that's how I ended up being the queen of magic. But wow, disempowering much? Oh my gosh. The prizes began with the help the women had requested and included this variety of extras, right? It was like Oprah, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, or Oprah's favorite things. Many of these prizes were donated by sponsoring companies because they were there to make a profit. They had vacation trips. So you can imagine somebody's got a child that's got cancer, but she's asked for some help with that, and they give her a vacation trip. It's funny. But a night on the town with her husband, because you got to include the hubby, silver-plated flatware. That was a big deal back then. Couldn't get it at the Walmart. She'd get possibly an array of kitchen appliances or a selection of fashion clothing. Oh my gosh, like the robe wasn't enough. But the losing contestants, this was so sad, were each given a smaller prize. They did get something. They weren't just left hanging out there in the wind. But here's the part that I really want to focus on with this, because this was Queen for a Day. Even back then, Bailey's trademark sign-off was, "This is Jack Bailey, wishing we could make every woman a queen for every single day." And that is what this channel is about. Is I want to make every single woman a queen every single day, because you are a queen. It's just about revealing it. And that's what I'm talking about, with every woman being a queen every single day. So just embrace that for a minute. What would you do if you were the queen? Ever since I've crowned myself, because you can crown yourself, you know that, right? If you don't, I'm telling you, you can crown yourself. But ever since I crowned myself the Queen of Magic, I am declaring that I and every woman on the planet are our own queens. We are the queens for every single day, every single minute. Imagine, just for a second, close your eyes that you're a queen. Which, by the way, you are. But just close your eyes and imagine it. You might only have a frame of reference. Maybe you saw Queen for a Day, you're as old as me and you saw it. But maybe your frame of reference about you were raised in America and you have this royalty idea about a queen, I don't know, a Queen Elizabeth, a fairy queen. Maybe your frame of reference is from fairy tales or something about a mythical adventure, a queen in a mythical forest. But what does that really mean when you think about a queen? What does that truly mean, do you think? Certainly not standing in an emotional puddle of self-defeat in front of a studio audience. I can assure you of that. Not sitting there hoping for someone to rescue you. Because a queen does not need to be rescued. A queen does the rescuing. No. A queen is all-powerful. I love, I don't play chess, but the queen, the piece in chess, has the freest movement on the whole board. As a matter of fact, it is the most powerful piece in chess on the board. It has even more power than the king. How does that happen? Because she is all-powerful. And what's more important are the qualities of a queen. Not the fact that someone places a crown on your head or you inherit a title. That's not the type of queen that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the internal queen. What are the qualities of that queen? A queen communicates from a place of confidence, assurance, and power. She knows what she wants. Do you know what you want? Because your inner queen does. Your inner queen is confident. She is powerful. She knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to ask for what she needs. Your inner queen is honest and direct. And she takes responsibility for her feelings and her actions. And on top of everything else, a queen is a great listener. And so important, a queen communicates from a place of love and compassion and sensitivity and understanding. So when we give away our power that we aren't the queen, which we are, we lose that. And think about it now. How many examples can you think of? I can think of several of women who have boldly declared, because that's what a queen does. She's confident, she's powerful, and she boldly declares what she is and who she is. But think about who that might be, this title of queen that has been adopted by our community, our world at large. One of the first people that comes up for me is Queen Latifah. Talk about a powerful lady. She's the female hip-hop queen, really. And you know what's interesting, if you've ever paid attention to Queen Latifah, she has just had a trajectory because she knows she is a queen. She crowned herself a queen because her mother raised her to believe all women are queens. All women are queen. All women are queens. So she was brought up with that belief. Maybe you were never told that. This is the first time you're ever hearing it. Oh my gosh. I hope you're beginning to embrace it, because all women are queens. And interestingly, Latifah means delicate, sensitive, kind, and nice. But you know, if you've ever paid attention to Queen Latifah, she is powerful and delicate, sensitive, kind, and nice, because you can be both. You can be both. Another person that I really admire is, she was declared the Queen of Contests, and it was Helen Hodsell. She won more contests than any other person on the planet. Every contest she entered, she won. But you know what? She embraced her inner Queen of Contest. She knew that she would win, and she did. But she's a perfect example of how you can use the principles and techniques and steps that I share on this channel to create whatever you want, because queens create. But this is amazing, is that she won every contest she ever entered. And then there's the Queen of Pop, Madonna. She's a queen in her own right. And nobody had to say she's the queen. She embraced being the Queen of Pop so easily and effortlessly. And then, of course, Queen Bey. Who doesn't love Queen Bey? Beyonce. Queen Miley Cyrus. These women are powerful. And you are the queen of whatever your life is. So I'd love if you'd put in the chat what you are the queen of. Crown yourself right here, right now, as the queen of your life. That you are the queen, not for the day, you're the queen for every day of your life. And it's so, I love evolution, because this word, queen, has actually gone mainstream. Teens nowadays, 20-somethings, have started using this moniker of queen, not just to express their loyalty to these favorite female pop stars, but to praise each other and declare their own awesomeness. The youth has figured it out. If you're over 30, you might not be figuring it out until just now. You are a queen. Call your friends, your girlfriends queens. Support the queens in your life. I have a picture here in my studio that says, be the queen. Find a piece of paper, write it on, put it on your mirror, put it in your car. Remind yourself every flippin' day, you are the queen. And now it's time to be the queen. Just don't recognize it here. Be the queen in every aspect of your life. Be what that queen in you is telling you to be. How do you embody that queen? That's what I'm here to teach women. As you navigate this channel, become part of this tribe, share with other like-minded women, you begin to reveal your true queen. Step into your power. And if you would like to be more connected and be part of our events and our retreats and our workshops, please click on the link to get onto our mailing list so that we can keep you updated with everything that's happening, that you can reveal your inner queen. Join us in this queendom, because this is magic. I am the Queen of Magic. You are the Queen of Magic. And you are a Queen of Magic in training right now, just by virtue of the fact that you're watching this channel. And I love scheduling discovery calls with queens in training, because I'd love to hear what it is that you have, that you want more in your life, that your queen is waiting for you to express. And it's a 30-minute call, no charge, but it just allows you to have somebody else support you in this absolute fabulous journey of revealing your Queen of Magic. So there's a link in the first comments below. Schedule a call. And as I always say, y'all come back now. You hear? Bye-bye.